They say good things come to those who wait. And I guess the very best things are worth waiting a little bit longer for. This year, that meant waiting for spring in Norway. It took its time, but now it's finally here. If only for a few days.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how much does it hurt to stay at home?
About 1.
Yeah, right.
You need help carrying?
Well, yeah, thank you.
Faster I can get you out of the house, the better.
Oh, shut up.
Sure, I could have flown somewhere warmer to ride in the meantime, but it just wouldn't be the same. For me, the season doesn't officially start until I'm heading out in Norway with a tent strapped to the back of my bike. And today, that's exactly what we're doing.
All right, I have about 2.5 days to make it over from the west side of Norway to Østlandet. I have a route of about 600 kilometers planned. On the last day, I also have my first 1,000-kilometer service planned. That is the plan for now. Oh, it feels good to be on a fully packed Norwegian. Holy shit, it's been a while.
Waiting is a strange thing. You can't rush time. Spring arrives when it's ready. So in the meantime, we plan routes, we watch the weather forecast, and we imagine what that first ride will feel like. And I do try to enjoy that anticipation too, because the moment that day finally arrives, the switch flips. You spent months counting down to the beginning, and now you're counting down to the end.
Oh, yes.
Wishing time would slow down instead of speed up, hoping summer will last just a little longer. Sure, good things come to those who wait. And perhaps it's the waiting itself that makes it so good.
Right, I have arrived in Gjermundshamn. And like always, I have not checked the ferry times, so let's see how lucky or unlucky I am this time. Oh, it just left. It literally just left. Oh, okay.
Let's see, that's the one that left now, and next one 17:10. Okay, half an hour, that's fine. Whew. For as long as I can remember, I have appreciated the pause a ferry ride offers. It breaks the rhythm of the ride a little bit, forces you to slow down, have a look around, and rest your head. But other times again, it does the exact opposite. I was looking forward to a few detours on this upcoming stretch, but for once I actually looked at the timetable for the next ferry. The last boat of the day was bound to leave in less than an hour. Oh well, I can enjoy these views in a rush too. When you're not sure about the departure time or if the ferry is departing at all, there's nothing better than an extra car pulling off there. Kind of gives you a little bit of confirmation.
Skånevik, sant?
Ja, bara få på högt att jag har.
Tack.
It's bizarre how quiet these electrical ferries are. It's comfortable, very, very comfortable.
Good to know is that in this early in the season, there are very few campsites that are open yet. So to find one like this, they are not open for the season, but I called them in advance, like, hey, could I maybe stay here anyway? And they were like, sure. And I could park here by the big trees. Oh, look at this. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Now let me park somewhere where my bike will not tip over.
I think there is just enough sunlight to get me some dinner going here and then brush my teeth and go to bed. It's surprisingly warm right now. I expected the evening to be quite cold, especially when the sun kind of goes away. That might still change, of course, once I get into my sleeping bag, but I brought a winter sleeping pad, a winter sleeping bag, because yeah, temperatures can drop down to just a couple degrees at night still. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's 7. I should be getting up, but it's so cold. I think it's not that long until the sun is here, so maybe I'll just chill a little bit longer. Oh. I just realized that my sleeping bag is all wet on the top here from condensation. Huh. I'm often asked why I don't just move somewhere warmer. I mean, I could. It would be the dream of many, I'm sure. But not mine. I'd miss this. The cold mornings, quiet campsites, and that first warmth of the sun on my face. I think when something is always there, like good weather, it's easy to stop seeing it for what it is. So I don't mind missing riding for a while through the winter, because every spring I get to fall in love with riding and traveling all over again.
I'm packed, I'm charged, everything is pretty much good to go.
The plan for today is we're heading over a mountain pass, one of the few you can do with a motorcycle at this time of year in Norway, or this year, because it varies a lot from year to year, and that is Haukelifjell. Should be a very nice one. And going up there and over there, and after that as well, there's a lot of good stuff waiting. There's a wild camp spot there that I would like to go to this night if I don't change my mind along the way. I have a long way to go when it comes to wild camping, which is ironic, really. Getting to camp and setting camp and being alone in camp, no problem at all. But as soon as it gets dark, it's like, oh, all these sounds. And I always found it so weird that the things you're afraid of when you're wild camping is other people, right? You want to be alone, you don't want other people sneaking around in camp. Wild animals you don't really have to be afraid of in Norway, so why do we feel so comfortable at campsites where there's a lot of people that you're initially trying to avoid when you're wild camping, that you're scared of when you're wild camping? You're like, what? Make it make sense.
For a long time, I thought the adventure riders I saw online were fearless.
that they were somehow built differently. But I think I was wrong. No one is fearless. Some people just act in spite of it. We spend so much time waiting for the fear to go away, waiting to feel ready. But at some point you realize that being ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision. It's choosing to start before you have it all figured out and without knowing what comes next. Is it comfortable? Hell no. But the freedom you find from ridding yourself of your fears is unmatched. Ooh.
This is quite the playground for you guys, huh? Oh, there's a lot of them. Hi! I don't mean to disturb you, but can I pass, please? You can just stay here. Oh, they're so nice. I thought there were sheep along these roads because I could see all the poop and places where they've been. But there were goats. That's fitting for this steep terrain too, isn't it? Whoa. I have arrived in Røldal. It's the last little village or town before heading up into Haukelifjell, or over Haukelifjell, the mountain. And Røldal holds some memories for me. It was the place where I camped my first night on my first big trip on my way to North Cape. And that was in 2021. I wanted that to be like my first YouTube series, but I ended up sending all my camera gear home because it was too much. I had more than enough being on my first long trip and with all that involves. So yeah, I figured what better way to celebrate this place and everything that's happened since during those 5 years, holy shit, than with an ice cream. Yeah, it's a good fucking life, y'all. Good life. I think I died and went to heaven. So many delicious baking goods, coffee and everything. Which one am I getting? Only one? Next stop is really the wild camping spot. It's about 100 kilometers away. Now let's hope there's no one here. It looks very promising. This is such a good spot, you guys. Yay! I have it for myself. Perfection. Absolute perfection.
Summer temperatures in April, but with no bugs, pretty much no bugs, no mosquitoes or gnats or anything, and very, very little tourists. It's a win-win, I'd say. I forgot my fork. Fork! Okay. Fork. Oh, this is just... oh well, food for the ants. Perfect day. Absolutely perfect day. The views, the weather, the traffic. Well, there's been quite a few places with road work, but that's... I can't get myself being too mad about it. They're fixing the roads, they're making them wider and better and securing for rocks falling down and stuff like that. So it's better to do it now than in the middle of summer when there's a lot more traffic and tourists, and the queues will be double the size, if not triple. Now, I'm gonna sit here, enjoy my salad, enjoy the sunset,
And then I will not be scared tonight. There's nothing to be scared of. I will sleep well. I'll wake up to another day. Summer in April. Good plan. Very good plan.
The following morning, the sun rose and the world was exactly as it should be. All that anxiety for nothing. Well, maybe not for nothing. It was still an important experience, one that builds the confidence to do it again and again, a little bit more relaxed each time. Fears are strange that way. We all carry different ones, and what feels huge to one person might be completely insignificant to someone else. But that doesn't make it any less real. But if you let that hesitation keep you at home, you never get to wake up to a morning like this. Sometimes you just have to do it scared. The final stretch of the trip took me to Speed Motor Center in Sandefjord for my 1,000-kilometer service. It's a great place filled with even better people. And while the ride over here was a perfect appetizer for summer, the ride home was a completely different story. Having to take a pretty big detour just to dodge the snowstorms in the mountains was a brutal reminder that even though we got a taste of spring, we aren't quite there yet. That's okay. Until then, I will go back to planning and dreaming about the next one, trusting that more good things will come after the wait.